one of the finances, if we run into federal funding, we do ask for 5%, or they tell us that we have 5%. Sometimes that is not a true figure all the time. Government, I don't know if they can say 5%, 10%, but anyway, the city pays 2.5%, and we pay 2.5% of whatever goes from federal funding. Sometimes we go over our 2,000 that we have, and I think that might have come up. We don't know if we're going to get the grant, but it's sort of nice for a city, at least when I was in the position of Barb, it was nice to know what could come up and get it into the budget for the next year. And that's what I guess we're here for. We can ask them if you want some similar questions or something. But other than that, if you'd like to come out and visit us at the airport, and Brian has done a very good job with us. He comes to most of our meetings when he can. And we appreciate having somebody on the council that is interested in what the airport does for us. So that's all we've got to say, I think, unless you have some.
Does the county put in any money into the airport?
Yes, it's now known as a SAC. You might realize that this is the only airport that is in the SAC County entirely. And it is federally funded mostly because it is a county-wide. They put in, I believe, $5,000 per year, or $6,000 per year, and they have one member on our board, which is Doc Hopkins from Early, and he does fly quite often. And but it is a county-wide, as long as Wall Lake doesn't have one anymore, and it's economically available for industry and things like that.
My little quick question here. You don't know what we make, or what the city makes off the gas per gallon out there?
Yeah. Let's see. I think maybe
Roughly, yeah, just.
The city makes the money. We
I
don't.
know. That's what I'm getting.
I don't think we've got that, Julie, do we?
No.
I don't.
It's paid back because of the way that they had to put in the fuel tank out there.
I realize that. I was just curious. Are they 5 cents a gallon, or I don't know?
It sells for $4.50 a gallon right now, isn't it?
$4.49.
And it's not gas that you can buy off the street.
I realize that. I was just curious what kind of markup they were getting out of that.
It depends. We buy gasoline that have gas through a person, and we buy maybe half a tank, and Storm Lake will buy the other half, or vice versa. When they bring in a tank, they usually call Julie and ask if we need gas out there. And usually one of the other airports buys half, and we buy half. So it doesn't cost us quite as much, and we don't have to buy a whole tanker full.
Like markup 20-30 cents a gallon.
I would imagine so. I'm not too sure on that right now. It varies, of course, like your gas downtown too. There's
Yeah, but the markup would be the same.
no, not no. We shop around and see what Storm Lake's buying it for and selling it for. We also look at the buying and selling of
The price between what you pay and what you charge.
Yeah, okay, you want the markup? I don't know what it is.
Roughly 75 cents right now.
Okay, that's all I want.
Okay,
That's what I was just curious about.
I don't know what the
Pretty
percentage would be, but
25% what it was.
you know.
Are there any other questions for Mario?
Are there adequate precautions for, the spray planes and so on, the chemicals that they use in the event?
So far, yeah, I know Matt and I have gone down to the Des Moines, and they were talking about chemical spills and things like that, and we don't have any problems, I don't believe, if I'm right.
Actually, they send a state inspector out when they are out there, and he looks at the situation. If he feels it's not safe, he makes them put the adequate equipment there, like their spray suits and catch-all basins if it does leak. They have that available. So you know, that problem either, so.